Hi everyone, welcome to Linda's Thrifty Life. It is Smile Saturday. I hope this finds you all doing really well. We've had some rain and some storms, but it seems to have passed. It's a little bit cloudy but sunny out right now. I know in the Gulf Coast they have those hurricanes heading for them, and I have family over there, so fingers crossed that everybody will be safe and do okay, because those things can be really scary. Um, I also want to mention that my friend Elsa, the bargain hunting crafter, has had to go to the ER today. She's not been feeling well, and she really could use your prayers. She has that Cushing's disease, and um, it's just, it's just not a good thing. So if you could just say a few prayers for her or good wishes for her, I know she'd appreciate it. I've been praying all morning that, the doctors can try to help her feel better. So, moving on. For those of you that watched the video where I talked about doing cards for my mom's 90th birthday, thank you so much for your great response. I'm so excited. And for those of you that didn't see it, I'm going to tell you about it again today. My mom will be 90 years old October 18th. That's just amazing to me. And, she's doing great, really. I mean, she has some health issues, but, she's still able to live basically on her own. I'm right next door, but I mean, she lives on her own. She's not confined to bed. She gets around. She does use a walker, but her mind is pretty clear. She tires easily, really, really easily as the years go by, but I just think she's super active for an 89, 90-year-old. So this COVID has been really hard because she hasn't been able to get out at all for, 6 or 7 months, except to doctor's offices. And of course, that scares her. So I don't know that I see a big change that's going to happen before her birthday. So what I'm asking is for anyone that watches me, or just anyone out there that would be kind enough to send my mom a birthday card. And I'm going to gather them all up and put them in a big basket and take them to her, give them to her on her 90th birthday. I know she'll be just so surprised and so pleased. I'll be contacting all of my family, her brother and sisters, and grandkids and everybody, and we will be doing something separate. Maybe some videos, I think. But if I could give her this big box of cards, I just know she'd be thrilled. So some of you had asked some questions about my mom. So let me tell you about her. She was born October 18th, 1930 in Texas to her parents, Lola and Ray Birkland. And she is the oldest of 6 children, 5 girls and 1 boy. The boy was actually the 5th child, and they planned to stop, but we got one more. I got one more aunt out of the deal. So there are 5 girls and 1 boy, and Mom is the oldest. My uncle lives in California, and the 2 living sisters, 2 have passed away, but the 2 living sisters both live in Texas. Mom had 2 children, me and my brother. My brother has passed away. And she has 4 grandchildren, my 2 and my brother's 2. And then she has, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 6 grandchildren and 3 great-great-grandchildren. So that's a pretty good legacy, for her. She was a good mom. She was a stay-at-home mom. My dad was a career Marine. He was an officer in the Marine Corps. He was a pilot. So they traveled. They, moved around a lot when I was growing up. But my dad got chosen to do this when computers were first coming out. He got chosen to do this air control system computers, and he was on the ground floor of this whole new way of flight control. And so we ended up living in California for most of my growing up years. Different places in California, but we stayed in California. So my dad retired, and he was still young enough to have a second career, and they ended up living in Mississippi for a long time. My brother and I both got married and had children, and they would come visit us all the time, and it was great, and they would always come. They liked having their own place, so they loved travel. They had a travel trailer, and they loved it, and they loved camping and going out and getting involved in things. And so my kids got to know them really well because they came several times a year, and they would bring their house on wheels, and of course to my kids that was like woohoo. They would love the little house. So my dad died at 75. He had been diagnosed with Parkinson's with Lewy body dementia. We think he got it from Agent Orange when he was in Vietnam. It's a lot of servicemen from that time have come up with this disease, Parkinson's, and then there's Parkinson's with this Lewy body dementia. It's a little different than, it's a lot different actually than Alzheimer's. It's progressive, but they have moments of lucidity where, it's not like they progressively forget everything and don't know who anyone is. My dad knew my mom to the end. He would usually know me, even on the phone sometimes. Which was really a blessing. But it was really hard when he passed away, and we miss him all the time. But Mama's done really well, and she has always been an active person. She always had volunteer work. She did a lot of Girl Scouting when I was young, and then when all the kids were gone from the house and everything, she got involved in quilt making, and she loved it, and she taught classes, went to conventions. I mean, she has made some beautiful quilts, which I will have to share with you sometime. When my dad got sick, she got really involved in taking care of him, and the quilting kind of stopped, and she's never really gotten back to it. She does some, but she's also gotten older, and she, about 8 or 9 years ago, she had congestive heart failure, and she ended up with a pacemaker. She's done really well since then, but a few years ago, she got ill, and I told her that I really needed her to move to Georgia. She wanted me to move to Texas, of course. That's where her family is. But I said, no, my grands are here, so she's moved to Georgia. She first lived in an but independent living, and she hated it. It was just a little one-bedroom apartment. She didn't like it. And I live in a duplex. The duplexes we live in are 3 bedrooms on one side and 2 on the other. And I live in the 2-bedroom and had planned to move to a 3-bedroom. But when the 3-bedroom next door to me opened up, we decided Mom would move in. And it's worked out great. We've had some, learning curves and some issues with boundaries. And, she's a pretty vocal, controlling mom, but we've worked it out. It's taken us a while, but we have a great relationship, and I am so glad that she is next door to me and not somewhere, because she can still be independent. I do a lot for her, as you know, and I'm happy to do it. It has taken a certain amount of toll on my health, but we were getting some help until the COVID hit, and now we're not. But, we're hanging in there, and we are truly doing the best we can. And I wouldn't want Mom anyplace else. This is a picture of Mom and I. It's about about 10 years old, which is really not that old, but I look about the same, a little more wrinkly, and Mom has aged a lot from there. But I think that was on her 80th birthday. We don't have a lot of photos of ourselves, so we just don't do that. Neither of us like the way we look in photographs. We photograph terrible, we always say. But, I think we have the same smile, and I look a lot like her. I think, anyway. So, I will have her join me and introduce you to her on the YouTube channel one day. But for right now, that's a little bit about her. She loves to read. She reads constantly right now. With her heart failure, she's not able to be as active as I know she would like. So she reads a lot. She sews a little bit occasionally, but she's never really gotten back to it like she did before. And in the evenings she watches TV. Never during the day, but in the evening she likes her TV. We all know not to call her when her shows are on, because she'll say, "My show's on. I can't talk to you." So she loves to cook. She's slowed way down in that, but she loves to cook. She's always loved cookbooks. I have bought her cookbooks, and she reads them like they're just a novel, and she puts all these little papers in. I want this, I want to try this, I want to try this. Unfortunately, I'd say in the last 6 months, her energy levels have really slipped, and she's not able to cook as much as she used to, or as much as she would like to. And I am not a great cook. I'm very plain, just real simple, and she'll give me this recipe. "Oh, look, doesn't this look interesting?" And I'm like, "Nope, not my thing, Mom, not my thing." So she reads, she likes to cook, she loves the color purple, lavender purple. She loves roses, but I think her favorite flower might be a Texas bluebonnet. And a few years ago for her birthday, I watercolored a picture of some Texas bluebonnets. It took me forever. I must have done 20 of them trying to get one that I thought was good enough to give my mom, and it's framed in her house. She's a smart lady, and she's still kicking, I'm telling you. She keeps me on my toes, that's for sure. But if you have any other questions about her, let me know. She's a short thing. She was 5 foot maybe in her younger days, but she's shrunk way down to 4 something now. She hates it, but we all shrink, I think, as we get older. So that is about my mom. And like I said, if you have any other questions or want to know anything, just email me or leave a comment, and I'll try to answer. I did tell you her name is Virgie, Virgie. That's not a shortening of Virginia. She was named Virgie. And let's see what else. She I just had a brain sorry. So yeah, that's her name. Oh, the kids call her Granny B because of her last name is Bushman, and they call her Granny B. And you can put whatever you want on the cards, but you will be sending them to me, and I'll be collecting them. And guess what? I got 2 cards today for her. One is from Janet K. Thank you, Janet. And the other is from Rosemary You Rock Art. That just thrills me that you took the time to send these cards to her. They can be handmade, store-bought, just a note, just anything. Rosemary put my name and address on it, and then in the corner put for Mom, and that was great. And then Janet put Virgie, Linda's mom, care of me. So either, whatever way you want to do, just indicate that it's for Mom. I will split them all open so that she can see them. And let me know if you want me to share these, like maybe once a week, just sort of share some of the cards that we get. It's up to you. I'm going to look at them, of course. But thank you all so much. Gosh, I've talked 15 minutes about my mom. I love her so much. And I'm so excited that you are helping me make this a really special birthday for her. So I will talk to you soon, and wishing you all a wonderful Smile Saturday. Bye now.